Hey, it's Andy from Ride Yucatan. Just here with a quick video. The 700's in the shop with a little bit of a tire issue. So the guys at BMW were kind enough to give me a loaner, and I thought I'd do a quick video on this 2019 XR1000, which is a fantastic motorcycle. I got a couple of thoughts on it. I was riding it yesterday with my wife as pillion, and here we go with a couple of thoughts. So I really don't think this is an adventure motorcycle. 17-inch wheels front and rear, a very thick rear tire. If you get into any loose stuff, I think you're going to fishtail a lot. We went on a couple of roads yesterday that were not completely finished, and I found the suspension very hard. Very positive, but very hard, and I think it would have problems soaking up the bumps of some, reasonable off-road trails. So what does this bike do particularly well? Well, what it does particularly well is go fast. It's a 1000cc four-cylinder inline, somewhere around 165 horsepower, and it's a rocket ship. Long story short, it is an incredibly fast motorcycle, and on the road it's a joy. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. It winds up to very quick speeds very quickly. The one thing that really surprised me about this particular engine is the power band, the range of the power. You don't have to necessarily use the gears that much. If you're in fifth or sixth, you can very easily just wind on the accelerator and you're going to find that she responds very quickly. So in that way, it's a joy. If you do have to change gear, there is a power assist or a Power Pro quick shifter on this particular motorcycle, and I've not used one before. It's fantastic. It's absolutely great. Going up the gears, obviously quite easy. First, second, third, all the way up to six is really nice. But what was a real surprise is coming down as well, because it also has auto blip. So essentially what it does is it just increases the engine speed a little bit when you downshift. I believe it does that through the ECU, and it downshifts very simply, very quickly. And I had really no problems with it at all, but it does get a bit of getting used to. So what do I like about the bike? I love the looks. I mean, people stop and stare. It's absolutely gorgeous. The riding position's really nice. The triangle is very good for me. It's upright. It's not, you're not hunched over. The handling is phenomenal. It's got basically all the goodies on it. So we've got traction control and ABS and all the rider assists that you'd expect. You can spec these things right up to about $18,000, $19,000. I believe this one's pretty loaded. I didn't get time to play with all of the goodies on it, but it rides beautifully. And for somebody who wants to carve up a canyon, I can't think of anything better than this bike, to be honest. For a pillion passenger, which is what we were doing yesterday, not awesome. The pillion rides quite high, which is normal on more of a sport bike. It's a very thin seat. It wasn't tremendously comfortable for the pillion. Also, that weight's quite high, so if you're stopping a lot, it's a little tippy. At least I found it that way. But riding along the highway and even getting into a couple of twisty roads, it's phenomenal. It's an incredible bike. I have one major complaint. Well, I say major. I have one complaint. My right hand went completely numb after 45 minutes of riding, and I did a little bit of looking online, and yeah, this seems to be a complaint all over. It's a bit, they call it buzzy. I don't know if I'd call it buzzy, but there is definitely an issue with my right hand, and I actually had to pull over at one point and just kind of get my hand back working again. So that would be something that I would look to eliminate or at least lessen. There'd be a couple of ways to do that. Certainly, you could put some grip covers on, maybe take a bit of vibration out that way. You could maybe put some ROX risers on. I believe they have one with a rubber dampening that might take a bit of that out. Or there might just be a little bit of tuning to be done. Or maybe you just got to get used to it. But that aside, it's a fantastic bike. It's not much of an off-road bike. I don't think it pretends to be. But if you're looking for a sport bike that can go on slightly unimproved roads with a comfortable riding position. You know, this is an absolute beast. Big thanks to BMW for letting me test it. I'm not a professional by any stretch of the imaginations. I'm a fairly new rider, so these are just my thoughts. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.